The Government of Saint Lucia, the World Bank and the Caribbean Development Bank have wrapped up a joint country portfolio review aimed at improving the implementation and delivery of major development projects across the island. The week-long exercise brought together project managers, government officials and development partners to assess ongoing projects, identify implementation bottlenecks, and develop practical solutions to improve execution. World Bank Operations Manager for the Caribbean, Gail Richardson, says the mission focused on ensuring that projects financed by both institutions are producing tangible benefits for the people of Saint Lucia.
And the goal is really to have a conversation with the implementing teams to say, how is it going? What can we at the World Bank be doing better? What obstacles are you facing? Because we really do want to expedite implementation of the project so that the people of St. Lucia can see the results.
Richardson noted that the review process also highlighted areas where progress has already been made since the first joint exercise held last year. One example she pointed to was the Regional Health Project, which included the rehabilitation of health facilities across St. Lucia.
It's a really nice facility. Once the equipment's brought back in, they'll be able to welcome in their clients. And I think that's the kind of tangible result we, the World Bank, the Caribbean Development Bank, and the government really want to see.
Director of Finance Imran Williams described the week as productive, noting that officials conducted a detailed review of several project portfolios to determine which projects were underperforming and why.
In some instances, we can see an improvement from last year's exercise, but that is not the case in every situation. So it forces us now to try to have some conversation with the modality by which we deliver those projects, to take a opportunity to do some stock taking, to look at it and see whether that's the ideal or the best place model for delivering those projects.
Williams says the collaboration reduces pressure on government agencies while allowing development partners to collectively address common implementation issues.
In a previous dispensation, you would have had an entire week for CDB, an entire week for World Bank. But now, because those creditors decide to have a joint country project portfolio review, it gives us the opportunity, especially when some of the issues are not unique to, say, a World Bank funded project vis-a-vis the CDB funded project. It gives you the opportunity to deal with the cross-cutting issues.
Director of Projects at the Caribbean Development Bank, O'Reilly Lewis, says St. Lucia's portfolio with the bank spans multiple sectors, including transportation, water, education, youth development, and community infrastructure.
Our portfolio is way over $200 million in St. Lucia. So there's a large implementation responsibility that the government has.
He says, despite some implementation challenges, the bank remains encouraged by the overall performance of projects in St. Lucia. Lewis also noted that the collaborative review model has proven beneficial for both the government and the development agencies.
There's a lot of learning happening in terms of us observing the World Bank portfolio and the World Bank looking at our portfolio. And we share the lessons, things that were working, things that are not working.
Officials say the joint review process will continue as St. Lucia works to improve project execution, efficiency, and ensure development investments translate to meaningful benefits for citizens. For the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, Glenn Simon reporting.